Hello everyone, welcome to our Chinese culture class. Today I will introduce you the Yonghegong Lamasery, the Lama Temple. The Yonghegong Lamasery, also known as the Lama Temple, is located on Yonghe Street, Eastern District, Beijing. It occupies an area of 66,000 square meters and borders the Second Ring Road to the north and the Confucian Temple and Guozijian to the east. The Lamasery was not only a famous Qing Dynasty imperial temple, but also the bridge between the Qing government and the Mongolian and Tibetan areas. Today, it is also the largest Tibetan Buddhist temple of Gelu Pai, remaining in Beijing area. The State Council placed it under state protection in 1961. In the Ming Dynasty, the Taibao Street was a residence for eunuchs. In 1694, Emperor Kangxi bestowed the land to his fourth son Yin Zhen to build a residence. The result was called Prince He Shuoyong Mansion. After Yin Zhen was enthroned, he changed the title of his reign to Yongzheng and moved to the Forbidden City. In 1725, he issued an edict to expand Prince He Shuoyong Mansion into his tribal residence and gave it the name Yonghegong. When Emperor Yongzheng passed away, his bier was placed in the Yongyou Hall of Yonghegong. Emperor Qianlong then ordered for all the green glazed roof of the main building to be replaced by yellow tiles on the central roof. More than 1 year later, the bier of Emperor Yongzheng was moved to the Western Qing tombs to be buried in the Tailing tomb. His portrait was venerated in the hall instead. In 1744, the emperor ordered the third generation of living Buddha, Zhang Jia, to remodel the Yonghegong into a Tibetan Buddhist temple of Gelu Pai. However, the name of Yonghegong was remained unchanged. The palace was placed under the direct management of Board of Ethnic Affairs. Why Yonghegong was converted into a Tibetan Buddhist temple? According to the practice of many dynasties, the residence of a dead emperor could not be reused except to be converted into a temple for the veneration of ancestors. Additionally, due to his respect for Tibetan Buddhism, Emperor Qianlong had secretly converted to Tibetan Buddhism. The most important reason for the conversion was for the unity of ethnic groups. Tibetan Buddhism had a great impact on the nations of Mongolia and Tibet. The changing of Yonghegong into a Tibetan Buddhist temple would allow religion as a way to enhance communication between the central government and the people of Mongolia and Tibet, so as to stabilize the frontier and protect the country. There are many Buddhist statues and cultural relics in the Yonghegong's hall. The left one we call the Big Belly Mile Maitreya, and the right one we call the Four Heavenly Kings. This one, the image of Mile, appears 3 times in Yonghegong but with different features and symbolism. The Maitreya in this hall is in the shape of the close-backed monk. He called himself Qizi, and his Buddhist monastic name was Changdingzi. He was from the late Liang dynasty of the 5 dynasties period and became a monk at the Yuelin Temple, Fenghua County, Zhejiang Province. He was fat and always had a smile. Since he always carried a big cloth bag on a bamboo pole to beg for alms everywhere, he became known as the cloth bag monk. Before he died, he chanted that he was the real Maitreya. Nobody knew of him then, but after his death, he was recognized as the reincarnation of Maitreya, and later appeared everywhere in millions of images. And this one, Four Heavenly Kings. The Oriental Chiguo Heavenly King is in charge of music. This one. His symbol is a pipa, one-string musical instrument, often found in his hands. The Occidental Guangmu Heavenly King has a dragon calling his right hand, a precious pearl in his left hand. He is known as the leader of dragons from ancient India. The southern Zhenjiang Heavenly King holds a sword in his hand, the symbol of wisdom, which he uses to cut off human worries. The northern Duowen Heavenly King, with a precious umbrella in his right hand and a red disgorging jewelry in his left, protects the living and subdues demons. Trampled under the feet of four heavenly kings are demons, symbolizing the defeat of all evil. The location of the four heavenly kings in the Hao is different from temples of the Han people. The Oriental Chiguo Heavenly King and the southern Zhenjiang Heavenly King occupy the west flank positions, reflecting the belief that the west is the dominant direction in the Tibetan monastery. Do you know who is he? We called Tsongkhapa. The bronze statue of Tsongkhapa is 6.1 meters tall, with a sword in the lotus on his right shoulder and a pair of Buddhist sutras on lotus on his left shoulder, and sits on a huge lotus stand. He carries the same items as Manjusri does. Lamas of the Yunhe had raised money to cast the statue. Tsongkhapa is the founder of Tibetan Buddhism. His original name is Longzang Rinpoche, born in Huangjun County, Qinghai. He carried out multiple reforms to rid the country of corrupt practices during his time. In 1409, he held Buddhist service in Lhasa and then built a Gandan temple in northern suburban of Lhasa, and founded a Yellow School. Since the select usually wore yellow hairs and yellow casaques, it came to be called the Yellow Sect of Buddhism. After the death of Tsongkhapa, his two followers became the sect's leaders. Dimdragpa was considered the forefather of the reincarnated Dalai Lama. Moksha was considered the forefather of the reincarnated Panchen Lama. And this one is the most famous part in Lama Temple. It's the huge statue of Maitreya. There is a huge statue of Maitreya enshrined in Wanfu Pavilion, and it is one of the three matchless masterpieces of Yunhe and is the most famous Buddhist statue in the world. It measures 26 meters high with 18 meters above ground and 8 meters underground. Carved out of a single precious white sandalwood tree trunk, it was added to the Guinness Book of World Records in 1990. The seventh Dalai Lama bartered for this white sandal tree using the numerous antiques and gems from the King of Nepal that was gifted to Emperor Qianlong in thanks for the suppression of the Tibetan rebellion. It took 3 years to transport the tree to Beijing. The designer of the statue was a Tibetan living Buddha. The carving of the statue was carried out by carpenters of the workshop of Qingkar's Hall of Mental Cultivation. It was a gigantic project. 80,000 taels of silver were spent on the carving, and over 1,800 meters of yellow stems were used to make the Maitreya's cassock. Nowadays, the cassock is still stored in Yonhe-gong. The Maitreya is posed standing, wearing a Buddhist hat, and its whole body is plated in gold. Okay, this is the details about Yonhe-gong, the Lama temple. Thank you very much, and see you next time.